Alright guys, Creed against HateMe. So someone in the chat before I took my little break said, is it weird that I don't know Creed? As he probably knows a decent amount of StarCraft 2 players. It is not that weird. Creed has not played in a lot of tournaments for a little while, and on top of that he often got very unlucky in the DreamHack qualifiers and just didn't play his A game. But he's like low-key being one of the better Terran players in the European scene for a long time. He's someone that has practiced a lot with the likes of Lambo, and yeah, even some of the other top players. As you guys can see, he's a 6k MMR Terran. He's an old school player. He's definitely not like a new up and coming kid. He's kind of old. So we're looking at a 6k Terran against a 6.1k Zerg from Austria. And yeah, Creed has obviously taken a break once in a while as well. Sometimes he disappears a bit, but he's been around for a while. He did go to some of the old WCS events, the ones that we had in Kiev and a few others. He's just been around the block. He just doesn't do well in the DreamHack qualifiers, and because he doesn't do well in those, he never qualifies for the DreamHack Masters Europe, or the ESL Masters Europe as we call it now. But that it does not mean that he's not good. He did defeat BabyMarine in that banger of a TVT a couple weeks ago in those qualifiers. Some of you guys may remember that game on Ancient. That was a good one. Let's see what he has in store for us tonight. He was very excited when I asked him if he wanted to play in the Big Brain Bouts. He said hell yeah. And he said he has a couple of very special and unique builds prepared for tonight. So, I don't know what to expect, but let's find out together. Main event of the Big Brain Bouts, number 26 already. Shout out to BASILISK, obviously, for allowing this to happen. Let's enjoy.
Let's get it on.
Round 1, fight!
In the bottom right side, we are looking at the main base of a Russian Terran player. He is representing Storm Gaming. It's Creed. Just like the boxing movie. And in the top left side, we are looking at the main base of the man who's given us a couple of great games already in the Big Brain Bouts. Creed is making his debut. This man, I think he has played either 2 or 3 times. I know he's going to win, he's going to lose. He's given us some great series, especially the one against Vindicta was epic. Representing the Platinum Heroes as well, hailing from Austria. He's a teacher. It's HateMe. I should do a Bruce Buffer intro. I do my Bruce Buffer intro for Lino. Lino deserves it for the German legend that he is. He deserves it. These guys are not reigning defending champs of anything though, so it's hard. If Reynor would have won IEM Katowice, I would have bought the Bruce Buffer cameo. And I would have recorded Bruce Buffer's intro for Reynor and put it on my soundboard. And I could have played it all year long. But Reynor didn't win. So I was not going to drop a couple $100. This should really be a fun series. It's obviously nice to have TVZ main event, especially between 2 guys that should be evenly matched. Pikachu is writing in the chat that he saw Creed play custom games with Sort of in the past. That makes a lot of sense because those guys have always been close, right? Sort of, Elaser, Lambo, the great guys as they call it. And Creed has always been good friends with those dudes. And he has played plenty of games against the finer players in Europe. He also spoke the legendary words to me at Kiev that he was 9-1 in TVT against HeroMarine. I think that was scope, but he was very serious about it. Ben and I started laughing, but he tried to convince us that he was truly 9-1 against HeroMarine in TVT. I mean, it's his word against ours, guys. I do not believe there. Oh, the Reaper! It's very close to getting a drone there. Takes a big man to go 9-1 against Gabe in TVT. That's all I will say. And Creed is good, but I don't know if he's that good. Reaper is still active in the main base, and he might actually get that drone that he's been looking for. Nope. HateMe doing a good job so far in saving all of them. 11 points. What are you guys voting for at the moment? You guys voting for HateMe, right? I think HateMe is a small favorite here, but it's very hard for me to say because I don't have the opportunity to watch a whole lot of Creed. And on top of that, he's one of the few pro gamers who just seems to be more active in custom games than he is on the ladder. And obviously I know a lot more about the guys that play a lot of ladder than people that secretly play custom games and then don't do well in DreamHack qualifiers. I've just seen a little more of HateMe over the years to give me the feeling that he should be the favorite here, but especially game 1 on Babylon, there's a good chance that Creed will take this and then we'll take it. Did you miss the Creed intro? If you're talking about all the background info, yes. I just went over that for 3 minutes straight. I'm sorry. TLDR has been around for a long time. He's pretty good. And his friends are all very good at StarCraft. I'm sorry, I cannot do that all over again, mate. Now he obviously teased me a couple times by saying that he's got some great builds prepared. I can only assume that that means Ghost, Nukes. He actually landed. I don't know if you guys remember last Monday during the weekly. There was a moment that Creed was gonna play against Dimaga, and I might actually be able to show you guys this after the first game. Just remind me, say, Roddy, you want to show us something? Because I have the short-term memory of a goldfish. I will probably forget, but I want to show you guys something after this game. But last Monday, I wanted to cast Creed against Dima, but then I couldn't do it because it wasn't ready, and I just went for something else. Something rather crazy happened in that game on Grass 1. We have a Viking getting a couple shots off on the Overlord. Shouldn't get the kill. Does pull the Queens out of position, though. Does that open the door for these Hellions to go for some drones? Well, Creed is thinking about it. No, he won't go for it. Just go for the creep drones. Ooh, the Queens are now way off creep, by the way. Creep is going to disappear. Hellions will live. One or two of them got picked up. No, Creed! Creed with the misclick, guys. The Babylon special. Unit pathing on this map can be very derpy because of all the rocks everywhere. I've lost a Colossus or two because of all of that. HateMe fires up a lair at his third base. Maybe he just feels that this is always going to be the base that will be attacked, and it's going to be under a lot of pressure from Marines and tanks. And morphing that into a lair will give it extra HP, will make it a bit more tanky. More drones on the way on the side of HateMe. What do we got here, guys? Liberator and a Viking. Should have said hello to Todd, Mike. Le Todd is chilling in Vienna. Liberator has seized up in the main base, and HateMe is not quite responding yet. He's gonna end up losing a couple of drones. It's just gonna take a little while before this gets cleaned up altogether. I like that the HateMe, or excuse me, I like that Creed didn't just unsiege it immediately. Just get those extra couple seconds in of all the drones not mining. So far I feel that Creed is playing a pretty good game. Besides that one rather unfortunate misclick with the Hellions. It's been looking alright. Who won the ace match between Lambo and Reynor? I really don't remember Lambo and Reynor playing. If you mean the Basilisk WTL earlier, that was definitely not Lambo Reynor. That was Reynor against Firefly, and Reynor won that one. But Lambo and Reynor did not play today. Or haven't played at all in the last few weeks, as far as I know. They might play soon. Eventually, Basilisk will go up against the Shopify Rebellion. Really setting up that drop, guys, in the main base. HateMe is very focused on the Hellions. Liberator is getting a couple of drones in the natural. This is nice multi-prong, right? Hellions in the middle, Liberator in the natural, Marine drop in the main base. It's actually all very good plays so far coming out of Creed. 17 drones. Must be nice. 17 freaking drones at once, guys. How do they do it? Scan goes down, a couple of Cryptoons get picked off. What do we got over here? This is the Viking chilling. That's an early hive, all things considered. With the amount of battling and some economic damage being dealt, a 7-minute 40-second hive on Babylon. I'm gonna say.
Impressive.
The Zergs, man, they've really found out that apparently you don't need to be maxed out and have 9 bases before you can get a hive. The quick hive is good. A couple of Widow Mines are burned on the edge of creep. HateMe could actually be in a tiny bit of trouble here, guys, in game 1. It's very marine heavy. There are no tanks. It's only Widow Mines. Link counterattack has potential. It's gonna set up for the command center that's being built on the force base. As long as the CC is not done, you cannot repair it. That's a good pickup by HateMe. That base was like 65-70% done. It's going to get cancelled. We do still have a drop in the main base. This TBZ is really heating up nicely between these two. As a queen dies, Medevac taking a lot of damage. In the end, we'll all get swallowed up. A bunch of links ran into the third base, but now they're stuck. So every single link, I think, will die unless they break free. Oh my god, somebody played a song. I want to break free. And these 5 guys absolutely did. They laughed in the face of danger. HateMe has burrow, rather quick burrow. Do we have some burrowed banelings then already, guys? Oh, we don't mind. So, HateMe tried to set up a couple traps with lings and banes, but it ran into a Widowmine shot instead. Widowmine has 17 kills. HateMe setting up an HeroMarine drop into the main base. Positioning his army on the top side of the map. No creeper at all for HateMe. I think this base is, I don't want to say forfeit, but it's definitely in some trouble. The Hellions have morphed into Hellbats. And the hatchery has taken so much damage, it's absolutely going to fall. Widowmines! Oh, something, meine Fresse, das geht doch nicht. As there is a marine drop in the main base as well. And now HateMe is also counter-attacking as he's got a couple of links again in the third phase of Creed. But Creed has taken the supply lead for the first time. And sure, we have a quick hive and we have a Reynor glance, but Lightning's still active too. Oh, guys, burrowed Zergling gives the heads up. Burrowed banelings. Do we have a main event? Do we have a main event? Yes, we do, baby. Alright, these boys are just flexing right now. I mean, that's the kind of stuff you want to see, no? That's beautiful. Well done by HateMe. Oddly satisfying. And there's one burrowed Zergling that really helps. It's just a great scout. It may not give maximum vision, but it's still just so nice to see these units step over it. But obviously... 27 kills on that Widowmine. There are a few more. That was a sexy split, I'll give him that. That one wasn't too bad either. Alright, it's Hive Tech. It's Ultras on the way. Widowmine still getting good connections here and there. Creed finds a couple of the leftover links. And an Overseer has HateMe even tried to take the base at 7 o'clock. That's a little bit ambitious. Triple drop heading into the main base. There are a couple of banelings waiting for it. As HateMe is also sending units to the other side of the map. Banelings! Oh, settle for the Marauder. Good pickup there by Creed. Excellent pickup even. This is also a great moment for HateMe to show up with the links, guys. Look at these links. They pack a punch right before the PF is done. In return, that hatchery does get picked up in the bottom left side. Drop still active in the main base as well. Creed is here. He's gonna have to battle an Ultra now, though. An Ultra is obviously a different ball game than just a couple of links and banes. There's a lot of Widowmines left over. Creed is playing a fun style here. It's very action-packed. The only thing that sucks a little bit for our Terran is that he does not have gulls and he doesn't have too many Liberators. And the Ultras, guys, they may be ugly, but they have spirit. These Ultras, they pack a punch. Banelings will just kind of settle for a couple of Marines and Marauders. This PF just gets obliterated. Oh, the Widowmine run by? The Widowmine run by? The boys are back in town! HateMe sees it. He's gonna get an Overseer. Alright. It was like, we wait. And it's fire. So who do we like this for? Creed has some money in the bank. He's got 70 SCVs, but he does not have a great answer for the Ultras, eh? We are getting lips. And the more lips he gets, the more I will start believing. We get a whole bunch of Marauders chilling in the main base. As he sets up another quad drop. No burrowed banelings this time around. And that drop in the main base could honestly become very difficult to deal with. Good news for HateMe is that it's not backed up by Liberators, but this is still 4 medevacs full of bio flying into the main base, unloading Marines and Marauders. A lot of drones are going to fall, and in return he just wants to get on top of this planetary fortress one more time. And I do think he's going to kill it. Unless it just lifts up, but it will finish morphing into a PF, so that PF will die. A couple of Ultras die in the bottom side though. Banelings connecting with Marines and Marauders in the main base, but now the spawning pool has fallen. No more links, no more Ultras. What is HateMe going to build? Infestors? Okay, this is actually a pretty insane first game of the main event. Babylon, guys, delivering us a very nice little TVZ. It's not not always a default win. I want to say that I think Creed has it, but does he though? I think he does. A couple of Widow Mines are going to see. Just get a good shot up on the drones there as well. So HateMe loses even more workers. And he now loses the hive. So the man lost the spotting pool. Whoa, that's a lot of Marauders getting surrounded by Lings and Ultras. At least the two medevacs still around to save the day. What are the leftover armies? I mean, HateMe has way more drones, but he lost his entire tech. He even lost the hive tech. And like having a lot of drones is obviously great, but you need places to put them. He does have 3 mining bases now, to be fair. And Creed's income is pretty much non-existent. Huh. Maybe HateMe wins? I don't know. The army of Creed is so big that I like to believe that this army is good enough to win the game. But if he steps into more burrowed banelings, he could be in trouble. There is just no anti-air at all on the side of HateMe. HateMe thinks he can take this fight, but that is obviously rather silly call. So I have to sneeze. Liberators are going to siege up. They are ready for some justice. The infestors get tagged with the concussive shells, and the infestors will get picked off. This hatchery in the top side of the map is going to fall too. Drones are going to try to run to a Neil base, but I don't think that's going to be a very successful adventure. Maybe you can burrow some of them, and at least force the scan. Another Ling attack, as the doors are wide open, and a lot of SCVs have died. Just a lot of workers have died in this game. How many workers have died in total, guys? Chat, let's play the guessing game. The winner will get a prize. The prize is a virtual hot food buddy. How many workers have died in total? Both combined. Not just SCVs, not just drones, both combined. My combined guess at 1615 is going to be... Yeah, I'm gonna go with 133. 71 drones plus 58 SCVs. That is 129. I was off by... What did I say? 133? I was off by 4? It's not too bad. Okay, there are links in the natural, links in the third base as well. Creed is about to lose pretty much every single SCV he has. But he does have, guys, it's an absolutely terrifying army. Liberators sieging up. I mean, it will all come down to this final fight, guys, because Creed just has nothing anymore at home. He's got no planetary fortresses, so he's gonna run into the Liberators. Will there be justice, or will there be a Zerg army as a couple of banelings make their way through? One baneling gets a little connection. I want to say that I think the Zerg army is melting, but then again, the Terran army is kind of disappearing too. One of the Liberators, the Lib still stands strong. Obviously, Creed can always pick up and go back to the Liberators. 49 army supply against 40. 5 workers against 42. Alright, game of the day so far. Liberators going to siege up, find a few drones, and Queens are in trouble. There are some Widow Mines here. Every unit counts at this point. Guys, Creed is down to 0 SCVs. We are looking at a game where Creed is down to 0 SCVs. Double scan goes up. One of the Queens does die. What can HateMe produce though? HateMe has so little money. He's got 2 Queens and 54 links. They are links with +3 attack, +3 armor, and an adrenal glands. But it's alright. It's happening. Creed has given up on the idea of defending his main. He's like, alright, I don't care. You can go ahead and have the last 25 minerals. HateMe, guys, is going to try to get on top of all of this with his +3 Zerglings. His Creed did leave a few units behind. These units are going to attack his hatchery in the bottom side. What is this then? It's a Liberator flying into a couple spores. Alright, seriously, who is winning this game? Who is winning this 19-minute game on Babylon? I think Creed, even though he's got 0 workers. Draw, no. We don't do draws in the Big Brain Bouts. If they have to play for 5 hours, it is what it is. It's the guy with 0 workers winning. Now Contaminate is being used as well. One of the Marauders got picked up there. Guys, HateMe has income. It's not a lot. It's definitely something compared to, well, okay, now the mules are... we all live in the yellow submarine. Creed now has a 7 base economy. That is pretty cool. Copper's taking a lot of damage. Lings are gonna try to go for the mules or what? What are we going for here exactly? That's so many liberators. Okay, yeah, you get some marauders. But I don't know if this is the fight, man. There's 3 liberators sieged up there. How was that the fight? 3 lips. What was that? Who's winning? The guy with 0 workers or the guy with 40? Things we only ever ask ourselves in a Terran game. It's like one of these TikTok videos, you know. Tell me you're casting a Terran game without telling me you're casting a Terran game. I don't know who's winning. Is it the guy with 40 drones or the guy with 5 workers? HateMe is now rebuilding a lair, by the way. I'm not exactly sure what he wants to go for. Creed against HateMe on Babylon, guys, is a memorable one. It's a unique one. I still just don't know. As the spore crawler gets picked off, a queen dies. The queen count is back to 7, but the hatchery is taking a lot of damage. A couple of Link's hatchery falls, so it did not get repaired. Creed's gonna pick up these units. Link's still roaming on the other side of the map. Army supplies are pretty close, but Creed has a lot of flying stuff. And HateMe just has nothing. That is like ultra quick and flies. We have queens as anti-air, and there's still a decent amount of spore crawlers to be fair. 6 spores in total. And this is a very nice base to get properly saturated and get your hands on. Did he ever rebuild the baling nest? Yeah. Or maybe he never lost it. Did he lose the baling nest? No, he never lost it. It was always there. He rebuilt the spawning pool. So, we can have links and base. Seems like HateMe wants to get infestors. Or he just wants to go hive again, but I don't know if I'm really feeling the let's redo the hive 21 minutes into the game. Now this right here, guys, is a show match. Lambo in the chat saying now this is a banger main event. Last week was very good too, to be fair. To Cuckoo and Rodzin, it was a banger, but it's starting to look obviously better and better for HateMe. The longer this goes on, the more I will start believing in the Zerg, who's got 45 workers. Creed has really fortified this position, by the way, but he's out of money here. The mules is completely mined out. Marines and Marauders, 1 widow. No, Banelings will not quite connect. They will do though is get on top of this orbital. Creed is going to lose all of this 7 SCVs once more. At least a couple of them. Going to lose the mules. Nothing is killing that orbital. Alright, HateMe has now even taken this base at 12 o'clock. Alright, mules are good guys, but apparently they're not better than 45 workers. I think at one point the mules were actually mining more when he landed all 7 of them, but that's when HateMe took that link fight. Alright, rebuilding the hive, getting a couple of banelings, getting a couple of infestors. It seems that game 1 will belong to our Austrian Zerg as Creed throws down a scan. He's like, oh no. You got that one too? HateMe's like, hell yeah, mate. I'm absolutely cooking over here. Look at 56 drones. I've never been richer. Creed is rebuilding the armory just to, I guess, make the mines close again. I guess that's an interesting call to get fit the armory right now, but I don't know. I think there was a moment that maybe Liberators could have just been harassing non-stop, and it would have been really hard for HateMe to re-establish the economy that he has. But at this point, HateMe is just cooking. It's building 15, 20 drones at a time. It's taking base after base. In the last 4 or 5 minutes, there's just really nothing been going amazing for Creed. A couple of little trades, and you're like, oh, okay, that wasn't too bad, but no real victories anymore have been booked for our Terran. Creed throws down a scan. He's going to push back the creep a little bit, but even if he gets this base, HateMe has bases for days. The 3-3 Zerglings with his Reynor glands are good. They are feisty. They're amazing. I do really think that Creed is running out of steam. He's going to have to kill all the drones all over again, just like he did before. Couple of Marines still active in the center of the map, but a medevac gets sniped. Might get a base here. As a lot of the Lings are a bit out of position. Good unit positioning as well. I don't think the Queens are close enough to drop a transfuse, so Creed will get a base. HateMe still has this one. HateMe has a Viper on the way now. Oh, no. Creed finds the hatchery in the top right side too. Finds a few more drones. He's going to unload. He's not going to get this hatch though. I wouldn't do that. No, I wouldn't do that. You're going to lose everything. Things are too good, Creed. Saves a few of the units, but lost a bit more. And obviously with the economy that he has, he doesn't quite have the luxury to to rebuild all of that. Some HeroMarine still getting nice shots up. Oh, HeroMarine will not connect. Obviously will not connect. Creed still dropping in the top right side. Really wants this hatch. Two Marauders are not going to get it. Oh, burrow the infestors. HateMe is going to try to close it out insta. One burrows the infestor. Lands the perfect fungal. Gets another good fungal. The third one slight overkill, but does it really matter? I think after 26 minutes, guys, I think it's over. I think this will be it. Unless that one Liberator just kills everything, but... Alright. Creed made it personal between him and that hatchery. He said, you may get the game, but I'm going to get that fucking hatch. And he did. In return, he lost everything once more, and he's back to 0 SCVs, but he got the hatchery. GG gets called. HateMe wins game 1 after a 26-minute slugfest. 97 drones died, 119 SCVs, 184 Marines, 620 Zerglings. Nice match. I look forward to the graphs of this game. I just want to show you guys the graphs. Work is active. Resource collection rate. It was a bumpy ride today, guys. Army value. This must have been that fight where the Liberators were left behind, right? This right here, guys. This is a roller coaster that I could get behind. This looks like a fun one. Straight out of Six Flags. 4 more games like this. I mean, I've been live for 9 hours and 5 minutes today, but... Sure. If that makes you guys happy, we can do 4 more. That was an excellent first game. Just really fun StarCraft. That's what we want to see. That's what we are hoping for. God, I love that I wanted HateMe to play. What do you mean, Fiant? I do not totally get that one. You love that you wanted HateMe? Oh, because you wrote HateMe in the Team Roddy Discord. Yeah, yeah. But I was already contacting HateMe. But yes, I'll give you kudos. That was good. Oh yeah, we've invited HateMe before. He's a fun player. He's also an ultra nice guy. He's always so kind in like the little interactions on when we try to set up a match and we schedule something. You can truly see that he's a teacher and he's a responsible individual. Let's go ahead and hop into game 2.
Round 2. Fight!
In the top right side, we are looking at the main base of the man who definitely made it one hell of a show in game 1. He was close. At one point had a 50 army supply lead, even though he was in economic struggles. I really did think he had the army to close it out, but in the end couldn't quite get it done. Great game though. It always takes 2 to tango. Top right side, our Russian Terran. Storm Gaming. It is Creed. Apollo Creed. In the bottom, my friend HateMe is super nice. I'm not that close with HateMe, actually. I mean, if you want to call him my friend, I'll take it. But I think if you would ask him, is Roddy your friend? He'd be like, I never really talked to him. I was like, I know. But whenever I do talk to him, he's very sweet. In the bottom left side of Ancient, we are looking at the main base of our Austrian Zerg. He's a teacher. And he is still capable of playing some great StarCraft 2. Taking the 1-0 lead in our best of 5. It is HateMe. I still have my Pikachu. Oh yeah, we're gonna keep Pikachu alive for as long as we can. I think on the 9th of June there is a new set of Pokemon cards that's coming out. We're saving up as we speak. I'm gonna try to keep Pikachu alive until it comes out. Maybe it will bring us luck. Fingers crossed. So Creed mentioned a couple times that he's got very special, cool, unique builds for us. Now that first game, obviously he played a tankless style on Babylon. We are used to seeing Marine tank because it's definitely the best tank map out there. But other than that, I don't think too much crazy stuff. We had some nice multitasking. It was a great game all around. And he did not go for goals, he went for liberators. But not quite crazy, unique, nothing we've seen. Or nothing that's like ultra uncommon. It's very hard for any player, obviously, to show us something that we haven't seen yet. By the way, Lambo, congrats, mate, on the win today. I was casting, so I didn't quite see it, but I saw the tail end of Gresvan. A big one, mate. Let's go. Congrats. Yeah, I'm definitely expecting a couple of battle cruises. Oh, damn it. I forgot to show you guys the clip. Nobody told you. See? This is why you guys need to remind me of stuff. I was going to show you guys something of Creed. And now we're already into game 2 and I forgot about it. Huh? 9 hours already. I know, mate. And tomorrow and Sunday we're doing DreamHack Masters. So there is a good chance that I will not be streaming on this channel over the weekend. But we'll see. In the old days I always used to do like a little warm-up stream and then I would cast all day. But I noticed that like all these 10-hour plus days, they're really getting to me. Starting to run out of steam. And I would like to stick around a little bit longer. So I think Saturday, Sunday we'll just focus on casting DreamHack. Monday we'll be back on this channel. We'll play a couple games and do the weekly. There is our second starport, guys. Second starport. Time for some battle cruises. You guys ready for some Yamatos? I'm ready. Double starport BC on Ancient. As long as he doesn't do the triple Banshee build. Local single on Monday? Yes, but that's in the afternoon now. I think they're gonna do it very early, but I will go. I definitely want to see it. I want to be a part of that. I love the happiness. I believe it's contagious, so I'm going on Monday. And then I won't miss the weekly. I'm not gonna stay in. It's not like I want to go to the city at 2 p.m. and party till 2 a.m. I'm just gonna be there at noon. I don't know what time it all starts, assuming that everything goes well on Sunday. And then I'll probably just head home around like 4 p.m. and start doing the weekly on 5. And hopefully still have a voice. But I'm definitely going on Monday. If they would have done it in the evening, it would have been a weekly that I missed. I'll tell you that. But I think they're going to do it rather early anyway. And then they're going to encourage everyone going home because they're afraid that the city is going to get destroyed again. Alright. I was feeling the battle cruises, guys. But we're not going to get any battle cruises here. We have 2 starport Banshee with cloak and hyperflight rotors at the same time. Alright. Now that is a build. Creed said he's got special stuff for us. I'm just still happy to see that it's not the triple starport, guys, because that one did not do very well for Mr. Maru. Banshees can still maybe down the line lead into BCs, but that's a little bit unlikely. Creed is supply block for a split second. Lambo already said he's a mech menace. Well, we have the extra factories going down. Obviously not too surprising after the 2 starport, hyperflight rotors and cloak. +1 melee and +1 carapace on the production tab for HateMe. Most of the time that's not too nice. I feel like if you know that you're playing against mech, do you still want to go for upgraded links, Link Bane? More often than not the answer to the question is no, but I think he doesn't know. At this point he may as well roll with it. Maybe play some Muda Link Bane. Get a Spire up and rolling. Armory 65% done as well. These Hellions can morph into Hellbats. Creed saved a couple of the Hellions at home. Viking is just on Overlord duty, I guess. Like, HateMe really does not know, guys. He's just building drones, spreading some creep. He's got 10 links right now. Or 16 links and 10 queens. I want to say this doesn't really bode very well for our Austrian Zerg. As the Hellions have morphed into Hellbats and the Banshees are coming. A couple of Banelings are morphing. 7 of them in total. Creed is going to have to display some good micro. Can he split the Hellbat, guys? Here come the Banshees. Reinforcements have arrived. Banshees come in from the back. I don't see an overseer here. He's gonna morph on right now. Okay, the Hellbat's got absolutely obliterated. But the Queens are gonna have a pretty hard time. I wanna say winning the fight against the Banshees. But Creed does not feel like he wants to chase there. I hope that we have a couple of units at home. Yes, we do. Banshee's gonna settle for the 4th base of the Zerg. Orbiter is going to lift up. And I wanna say this amount of Hellbat should be fine. I would still either put him in the choke point or raise the depot. That's when it is. Oh no, Banshees, guys. We forgot about the Banshees. 2 out of 4 get picked up by the Queens. That's sloppy. So the Banshees do not get the hatchery, and 2 out of 4 of them die. Creed was busy microing the Hellions at home. It's a big loss. That is a very big loss. I know, Pom Pom Bright. Like it. These are not the guys that go to the stadium, but I think almost everyone knows. It's just, it's almost like if you have a city of 1 million people, there are a whole bunch of donkeys who live in that city too. And they just want to destroy shit because it's stupid. Now, definitely not all Feyenoord fans are angels. I wouldn't want to go that far. They have misbehaved plenty of times. I think on a day like Monday, if it goes wrong, it really isn't because of people that actually love Feyenoord. But hopefully now that will happen. We've got 5 Banshees flying into the main base. Obviously the nice thing for Creed is that these Banshees are still damn quick. The Roach one has been built in kind of an awkward spot. I don't think you even want to save this Roach one. This is another Banshee. The build is very cool. I want to say the Banshee control has been a tiny bit sloppy as the Hellions get fully surrounded by the Lynx and Banes on creep. At least that Banshee gets saved. These Banshees were going for the Spire for a little bit. I mentioned the middling Bane earlier. Well, he tried to go into Roaches, but he's also cranking out a few Mutas. How much anti-air do we have? We have 5 Cyclones with Macfield. And we're building some turrets at home. This really is a... This is a pretty wild best of 5 so far, guys. 150 bucks for the winner, 50 bucks for the loser. And these games have been pretty wild. And all over the place. It's gonna be hard to top that first game, but... even the second game is already shaping up to be a bit different. Fleet with 73 SCVs. Honestly, that's looking pretty good against the 71 drones of HateMe. Cyclones will get some nice lock-ons, and a couple of Mutas will go down. Question mark? Nope. Every single Muta lives, and Mutas do have that sexy HP regeneration. Yeah. Last game we had a 7-minute hive. We are now almost 10 minutes into Ancient. No hive. HateMe is building a bunch of roaches now as well. It's a little bit of everything. It's a little bit of everything for our man. Sexy HP? Yeah, man. This Muta region. Where are they? Probably already full on HP again. Okay, not quite. It's not quite that good, but the out of combat regeneration for the Mutas is good. Or maybe it's even in combat as well. Out of combat is only Reaper. They boosted that a while ago. After people were very unhappy with the Mutalisk not being good enough. Now look at what they've done. Hello, Frame. Thank you, matey, for the prime. That's his first. Hope everything goes well on Sunday. I do obviously believe the Pilots is going to win, but let's not celebrate too early. That's not in the style of our lovely city. Mutas chasing the Banshees in the bottom right side. Banshees taking an awkward turn. We'll fly to a Widowmine. At least that Widowmine will get a shot off, but and that is officially the end of all the Banshees we've had. Second Widowmine does not fire. Double Mine could fire. Right? Yep. Oh, both of them actually fire. That's a lot of damage, and now the Cyclones are looking for some lock-ons. So HateMe has fired up the Hive, guys. He's got a whole bunch of minerals in the banks, sitting on some gas as well. That's a couple of Widowmines. Widowmines waiting on the high ground too for some potential big shots. Lynx, Banelings, and Roaches pressing into the Cyclones. This is where you really want to have a few tanks to run back to, or a couple Widowmines, or maybe some Hellbats with Blue Flame. They do. Ah, but we lost all the Hellbats. There is one Hellion. One Hellion currently out and about on the map. HateMe's bank is just getting bigger and bigger. And I don't feel that Creed is quite building like an invincible army. It's a good army. I don't think it's quite the invincible army. It can be very hard to kill a turtle Terran that plays mech. But HateMe is definitely just consuming his side of the map. Hellions get a couple shots off, Cyclones get a few lock-ons, missile turrets and tanks, and a planetary fortress. Well, I want to say there is a decent amount of static defense, but it's just not enough, man. The Cyclones are still forced to run away. The planetary does live a little bit longer than I thought it would. But in the end, the planetary goes down. We have a few HeroMarine drops to the bottom side of the map. That is obviously nice, but it doesn't make up for the dead planetary fortress. Doesn't make up for all the SUVs that just died. And HateMe ain't done yet. The man wants more, and he will find more. Well, the roaches even find a couple of tanks. One tank falls, the other one will live. It's just so easy for HateMe to remax. And for Creed, that's going to be a whole lot harder after losing that base at 3 o'clock as well. Ooh, floodgates are open, and that's a whole bunch of links running in. The links have +2. They don't have a neutrino yet, but that is going to be good enough, guys. After 14 minutes, our Austrian Zerg HateMe takes the 2-0 lead over Creed. In 2 games that were honestly kind of wild. The second game, I just think that if Creed would have been a little bit more on top of the Banshee control. I actually think the very first time that the Banshees and the Hellions were fighting the Queens, I don't even think he had to disengage that quickly. All the Banshees were healthy. The Queens were injured. The Queens already used a lot of their energy. The clip, yes. I'll show you guys the clip of HateMe. I think that was definitely a moment for the Banshees to battle the Queens a bit longer. Because if you completely reset the Queen count there, you get a whole bunch of kills. Then I think it's a bit easier to make your style snowball. Now he tried to get that 4th base. Still lost the 2 Banshees. And it didn't really pay off, obviously. Let me see if I can find the clip. So, I missed this game last Monday because I was going to cast something else.
Тут ядерка! Тут ядерка! Тут ядерка!
This happened last Monday.
Господи!
Creed and Dimaga having a 24-minute game on Greswan.
Тут ядерка! Тут ядерка! Тут ядерка!
That's a lot of good looks.
Господи! Тут ядерка! Тут ядерка! Тут ядерка!
Minus 80 supply.
Господи, что?
Single ghost. Goodbye, Broodlords. Goodbye, late game army. After 20 matches stopped, here we go again. What's the score of that game? I saw they were up 1-0. I have to admit, man, I really don't like all these stoppages. Like, that they stopped the final game when somebody threw a lighter hit a player, that's one thing. But now even for like a cup of beer, it's just kind of silly. Time for the clip you want to show? I just did, mate. We just did it. For like 30 seconds straight. Alright. Game 3. Neo Humanity. It's a good map for mech. Let's go ahead and hop on into it.
Round 3. Fight!
In the top left side of Neo Humanity, we are looking at the main base of the man that is representing Storm Gaming. Has played a great first game, an alright second game, but he's still down 0-2. Can the mate of the great guys turn it around? And he may very well even be one of the great guys. This, Storm Gaming's Creed. As he is duking it out at the end of this very long day of StarCraft, where we had Basilisk take on the SSLT in the beginning of the day in the WTL. Then we watched some Abydos against Berserker Esports. Then we did 3 best of 5s. This is the last one. I'm obviously tired. I'm hungry. But it's been a great day. I still had fun. In the bottom right side, Austrian Zerg up 2-0. 1 game away from clean sweeping the main event. This is the Platinum Heroes HateMe. So, my man Pom Pom, what's the score of the Twente game? I guess it's like 1-1, or are they even losing? Because otherwise, why would they stop the game? You know, the biggest problem with the rules that they currently have is that I could technically go to like any stadium, right? And I'm obviously not inspiring people here to do it because they spoke about this on Dutch television as well. But it's like they're trying to punish the home club whenever something lands on the field. The thing is, you don't have to be a fan of that club to screw the club and the rest of the people in the stadium. Like, what stops me from throwing something on the pitch when I go to Amsterdam, and then people are like, "Oh, Ajax should be ashamed of their own fans." It's like, well, I'm not an Ajax fan, and this is obviously happening right now. So I really don't understand what the KNVB is thinking that they can accomplish with all of this. Because now, like, whenever your team is losing, you can just make them stop the entire game. It's just not a solution. The punishment needs to be just way more severe to stop people doing this in the first place. But in Holland, we are allergic to big fines or something, and actually punishing people for crimes that they commit. It's like, oh, well, I'm sure there was a reason that you misbehaved today. It's like, no. Sometimes people just need to get punished. It happened during 2-0 for Twente. It was one of their own fans. Yeah, but like, who guarantees it's one of their own fans? Like, what if that's actually a fan of whatever team they're playing right now? Who are they playing? Excelsior or something? Like, what if it's one of those guys that's just upset about their team losing? Neck, yeah, they're playing Neck. Like, who says that this guy is a Twente fan? And just because you're wearing a Twente jersey doesn't even make you a Twente fan, right? I can sit here in an Ajax jersey. I'm not an Ajax fan. It's terrible. I have no idea what the KNVB think. I digress. I'm getting off topic. There's a different day for that conversation. This is really I've just been baffled by it. Alright guys, Creed is going for the strategy that never loses. There's not one, not two, but 3 barracks. Now obviously we talk about this build never losing in Protoss versus Terran. Or Terran versus Protoss. Talking about it from the Terran point of view. In TVZ, it was a little hype a long time ago when we played a lot of games on Curious Minds. I think it was actually Cure who started it. And I liked it. And he found some good success with it. But then when I asked Cure about it, he said he doesn't think it's a good build. And he's the one who made it. He's the one who started executing it and doing it at a high level against Zerg. If the man who started it doesn't think it's good, probably not all that good. I don't even know who that is, Carmack doing. Neck, Knock. Oh, Knock is traded to VZ. That's probably Neck. I guess they might be coming back, right? NAC that is. I don't think that they can do that, Frank. I'm not worried about it too much either. But it's just I'm sure that they will go back on it because this is obviously not a solution. This is not. Did he get the vision? Let's go ahead and take a look. The man saw 2 barracks. Did not see all 3. Did see a 3rd CC, unless he thinks that Creed terribly misplaced his main base. So I think HateMe kind of knows. We've got a Baneling nest. Baneling speed on the way already as well. I feel like Creed is just not really going to attack. He's making it seem like, hey man, 3 Rex. Love Marines. This is not quite attacking. He's actually got a sick economy. A Terran having a worker lead over a Zerg, guys. 6 minutes into the game. Kind of unusual. Creed is such an old guy. He's kind of old, but I wouldn't say he's that old. Yeah, he played for Rockskis. He's definitely a veteran. Maybe not as much as a man like Cass or Dimaga, but Creed has indeed been around for a while. He's probably like in his late 20s or something. I mean, maybe that's old for some of you guys. In my eyes, the man is still young and has his entire life ahead of him. Unlike me. The real dinosaurs are past their mid-30s, mate. Those are the real oldies. Anyone in their 20s is still blossoming. Especially in StarCraft. No, Cass is my age. He's not 40. I actually think I'm older than Cass. Not by a lot, but by like 1 year. But Dimaga is a little bit older than me. I'm older than Cass, but Dimaga is older than me. It's a lot of creep, by the way. You guys ever wonder why do Terran players like to open up with Hellions against Zerg? Well, 7 minutes in, and there is a creep tumor at the 3rd base. That's a whole lot. I am 36, Paka. I just turned 36 2 days ago. No, 3 or 4 days ago. Alright, a couple of Marines stimming on the other side of the map. Lynx diving on top of these Marines. And then there's a lovely little Serral. There's a lot of Marines dying. And the only thing you're really building is Marines. We've gone up to 8 barracks. Are we just like full sending it, guys, on 8 racks? There's still that slow zone. I want to say that HateMe has to worry about. But Creed could not get the firepower up there to really knock down the cooling tower. He's going to unload his units on the high ground. Push the Creed back a little bit. Or at least clean up a couple of consumers. Find a few links. This is a whole lot of banelings morphing for HateMe. I hope that our man Creed is paying attention. He is paying attention. Micro a little bit, yeah, not bad. Okay, throws on the scan as well. Knows about Burrow. That's very nice. Good reaction there by Creed, guys, because that could have been a whole lot worse. Funny StarCraft ping me. It's good that they at least care about something. I had a very infuriating interaction with someone that works for Twitch. This person is like, "Hey man, I just want you to know if there's anything you need, hit me up." So I'm like, "Alright man, I do actually have something." I was like, "I have a friend. He's very good at StarCraft 2 and he lost his Twitch account and he can't figure it out himself. He's a sweet kiddo, there's nothing wrong with him, one of the best players in the world. Would be awesome if you can fix this." And then, like, I got a reaction 3 days later. He's like, "Ah, man, I don't do that stuff. But I do have this new tool that you can use and let me know what you think about it." And I'm like, "What?" And then a week later, he's like, "Hey, man, I just want you to know, I just want to know, have you already taken a look at this new tool that we have?" I'm like, "Man, stop." Like, I asked for one thing. I've been streaming for this damn website for 12 or 13 years. I never asked for a goddamn thing. Never got any promotions whatsoever. I asked for a little bit of help from one of my friends, and you can't do that. And now you want me to use stupid tool? I'm not doing that. Like, really pissed me off. Don't say that you're gonna help me if you don't want to help me with something simple. Alright guys, it's a whole lot of Marines and Marauders and a couple of Widow Mines as well. At least I thought I saw Widow Mines, but I didn't. We have Hellbats on the map. I think this deep on creep, I'm very worried. Banelings I think are too good, and there's so many links, guys. Sweet baby Jesus. I wish those Hellions were showing up a little bit early. There's a Baneling counterattack happening as well, I think, during all of this. Creed is forced to pick up. Does get a couple of good shots. He's losing all the SCVs again to a Baneling run by. That first game was epic. It was awesome. I think it was very draining as well for both the guys. And unfortunately, the builds in Game 2 and Game 3 not quite working out. HateMe is just channeling. He's in a swarm. He is the swarm. He's embracing the swarm. Man's got a whole lot of Ling Bane over here. I just don't think there's anything that Creed can really do. With only Marines and Marauders, no Widow Mines, no tanks, and even the Hellbat showing up a little bit late. That deep on creep. This is not gonna work out. HateMe has adjusted to everything very well that's been thrown at him throughout this series. In the first game he had to dig very deep. In the second game, well, he went up against Banshees and a lot of Hellions that he scouted very late, but the crisis management was solid, didn't take any critical damage, stabilized and moved on. And here in Game 3, I think he realized something wasn't quite right. Wasn't quite sure immediately what it was, but the man just said Lings and Banes are pretty good. If you make Marines and Marauders, I'm gonna make Lings and Banes. Found some good pickups, found some good economic damage. I think at this point, this is going to get harder and harder for Creed. Maybe Creed, guys, has one more big push. You know, we are working on 3-3. We are building Marines and Marauders. I want to say maybe there is a chance he will get one more big push. But it's a beautiful engagement here by HateMe. The Big Brain Bouts have not always been kind to this man from Austria, but today truly belong to him. We're going to get a trio in the main event, and that trio will go in favor of HateMe. As Creed hits him with the GG well played. Fun games. That's very sweet of him. It is the Austrian teacher. I hope some of the students were watching, because they should be proud of their old man. HateMe gets a trio. Especially that first game, guys, I think was super awesome. Definitely a very memorable one on Babylon. Second game, I think, had potential, but the Banshees just kind of dying one by one. And the third game, I mean, I like some Marines and I like some Marauders, but just felt that Creed couldn't quite get it going. HateMe had the correct response, had good engagements. And that will do it. It is almost 10 PM. I have been live for 9 hours and 32 minutes. And this old man, guys, is tired. I know there's a lot of StarCraft to watch right now. We have the ESL Masters running 24/7 at the same time, so you guys don't have any shortcut, or how do you say that? Shortcomings. Oh, I was like, shortcuts doesn't make any sense. Shortcomings of StarCraft 2. But it's always nice to have more, I think. I think we had a couple of fun games. I will be casting the ESL Masters tomorrow and the following day. I hope you guys want to show some love to Basilisk on either Twitter or YouTube or both, or Discord, for allowing us to still run the Big Brain Bouts and allowing us to give some money away to these guys. It's not easy to make money as a StarCraft 2 gamer, so I think for all of them, this is all very fun. And everybody seemed to be happy to participate, so it hits me with the XD, it didn't work. As Reynor is hitting me up with spam. They love it. Alright guys, GG's, congrats to HateMe. We can go over the final results one more time. We have an exclamation mark B. Big Brain Bouts. We had Anticor from Denmark getting a 3-0 over the American Protoss, a Spanish goat. That first game was close, and it really looked like a Spanish goat was able to win it. Unfortunately, in the end, it did not quite go his way. Oops, sorry, misclick. Second series was between our American Terran Foxer getting a point on the board for the Stars and Stripes against the Dutch Protoss Hydra. Then we had Art winning Game 3 against BabyMarine, where Game 1 was all Art, Game 2 was close, and Game 3 should have 100% been a BabyMarine win, but it is what it is. And then in the main event, we had HateMe taking a 3-0 over Creed, but an absolute banger of a first game. That first game made up for it. I'm tired, guys. I am freaking done. I hope you guys had fun. Appreciate it. The bonus StarCraft 2 content. And I hope all of you guys have a great weekend. Show love to Basilisk. Be kind to them.